This program will promote safer and more secure streets while improving outcomes for people in crisis. Oakland is aggressively pursuing a comprehensive and community safety strategy.
To crash the mayor's event included activist Seneca Scott. He and others have been holding news conferences of their own around the city, saying the mayor is not doing enough to crack down on crime or stop businesses from leaving.
What is up? My name is Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back. This, of course, is the epicenter for all of your current and captivating coastal elite chaos. So please hit that subscribe button, like the video, ring the notification bell, leave a comment or two, share this with a friend. Let's go. All right, coming up here, I got part of an interview I did with a man named Seneca Scott, who is sort of a Oakland, California-based activist and entrepreneur. He is working diligently to recall the completely corrupt, communist, regressive mayor of Oakland, Sheng Thao. And this conversation was in late January or early February of 2024, I believe, several weeks before he went fairly viral for protesting at a press conference the mayor was trying to hold, where she announced a $3.5 million grant for safety ambassadors. So as quite literally everything is collapsing, the overpasses are unsafe, there's fires, there's RVs, there's crime, there's businesses being broken into basically once a week. But she wants us to believe that the answer is safety ambassadors, and of course, notoriously, she fired the former chief of police. She rejected several chief of police candidates. In over a year, she has yet to hire a replacement, and now wants us to know that safety ambassadors are the answer. And while that's happening, over in San Francisco, Mayor Breed is claiming that crime went down, but I don't believe that's the full story. More on that a little bit later. But here is part one, I guess, of me and Seneca Scott. And for the record, I think he is fairly active, or I know he is really quite active on Twitter. So you should follow him there. I'm not as active on Twitter, but you should still follow me there and watch this clip. To change even the way they're covering.
You don't give them a change. You take them out. They're a 501c3. You get their status removed. You mass report them to the IRS. The IRS investigates, or you sue them, you get them in court, and you query their discovery, and you show that they obviously have preference for progressives.
I forgot to mention, our subject does start off a little soft-spoken here. We had some trouble with the audio, but he does turn it up towards the end of the interview, which will be coming to you shortly. But until then, go ahead and crank it up to 11 or turn on your closed captioning. Do you see more people starting to become aware of what's actually happening here, say, I mean, as compared to when you first got here?
Oh, absolutely. Well, when I first got here, it was different. So I wouldn't say there was much to be aware of. But there's definitely a lot more people than who were aware in 2020.
What has caused that? I mean, we can also sort of see the demise, right? I mean, Oakland is national news right now. But when did you start to see that?
The accelerated managed decline started happening this year. Here's why, since we're talking Oakland politics. Oakland has a weak mayor that controls staff. The mayor is the only one that can actually direct staff, and it has the executive powers. And we have a city council that has the legislative powers. The mayor is a weak mayor. There's no line item budget veto. There's no legislative veto. And we have an even number of city council, so the mayor very, very rarely gets the vote. Meaning that unless you have them both on the same team, they both can stop each other. So if the mayor,
nothing gets done.
Nothing gets done. And there's no clear delineation of power. So the mayor can say, well, they passed a different budget, they're not back in my agenda. City council can say, we passed the budget and legislation, and the mayor's not directing staff accordingly. And so this was the first time we've seen both since the last time. So you juxtapose the last time you had the business community of moderate who controlled both the mayor's office and city council. It's when Governor Jerry Brown was the mayor and Ignacio de la Fuentes was the heavy on city council. And they got a lot done in that time. They lost the age to, the Raiders, but the city built a lot of stuff and made a lot of money. Now, you got the progressive had unfettered access. This is why I say it's a good thing the Lord lost, because otherwise they would have just jammed him up anyway and they would have blamed him for what's going on. So now, they finally got everything they want. The dog finally caught the car. They didn't know what to do with it. I mean, if they knew exactly what to do with it, they wanted to tear it apart and hacking it down. So they're doing exactly what they were put in there to do.
So do you think, I guess that leads me to my next question, do you think, I mean, we're talking about adults here, right? We are talking about people in political office, grown-ups. We're not talking about children, we're not talking about college kids, but do they actually believe any of this stuff? I mean, is this a true belief that these progressive values are going to work, or is it a little bit more sinister than that?
No, it's a lot more sinister. Here's how you can tell: it's the hypocrisy. If you really believe that people shouldn't own private property and that all landlords were the devil, then you would extend that same courtesy to Cap Brooks. So once it became known that Cap Brooks was charging $3,500 a month for 800 square foot ADU, which is over 40% above market rate, and then she had ads excluding black males who are the number one demographic of homelessness. So there's a hypocrisy on two fronts. You say you're there for these homeless people, but yet, you don't even want to rent to them because they're do not apply if you're a straight black man, basically. And then also you're charging all this money, but they don't levy any of the same criticism onto them. You see the same thing with Dean Preston in San Francisco. So you see the same thing with Slippers Riley here in Oakland on Boots, right? Who gets money from Jeff Bezos and wants to claim that he's some kind of, he's a limousine socialist or liberal.
Champagne socialist.
Champagne socialist, right? These people,
the limousine fake. Liberals.
Yeah, liberals, they're fake. But there are, if you check the real socialist page, they hate DSA.
Interesting.
They talk shit about them all the time.
So, because
they're real Marxists.
Gotcha. And I have in my notes here, obviously Oakland side is a big publication. I think I saw at least one tweet from you maybe.
They're big, but Soggy Side, I can't remember. Anyway, Oakland side is their propaganda. They should have their 501c3 status. They should have their C3 status for both. They're not a nonprofit.
So do you know, have you dealt with any of them personally? I
know all of them.
Okay. Because they seem to be, as soon as you Google something, as soon as I Google something about Oakland Soggy Side pops up. The media has become obviously complicit in this demise, right? So they are fueling this, and they are, they're either covering up stories or highlighting stories depending on certain narratives that are happening. But I just didn't know if you, it sounds like you know a little bit about Oakland side, and they are complicit in this, but how do you get them to change, even the way they're covering?
You don't get them to change, you take them out. They're a 501c3, you get their status removed. You mass report them to the IRS. The IRS investigates, and you sue them, you get them in court, and you query their discovery, and you show that they obviously have preference for progressive. And they consistently and deliberately attack, especially, again, straight black males. So they put out hit pieces on Lauren Taylor, on Terry Riley, on Alameda County Judge Brenda Harvey Forte.
That's just another hypocrisy, right?
Extremely hypocritical. Okay. I could get, these people are just bad actors. They're very, very bad actors. But they get money from people who, are philanthropists who have endless resources or nearly endless resources to fund this stuff. And most people just trust them because their lifestyle reporting was good. Right, so if they're reporting about Oakland Festival or something that's non-profit or something you like, then people are like, oh yeah, they make you look great, and then people giving you money. So like I said, until 2020, it was the Ivy League started before that, right? The progressives didn't have total power. So Libby, if you remember, she broke that vote.
Libby Schaaf blocked me on Instagram, by the way. Which is, I mean,
because you're Team Red.
I don't even know what I did. I maybe somewhere along the line I may have made a joke or a meme or comment or something, but I recently found out that Libby Schaaf had blocked me on Instagram.
As mayor or?
No. As
okay.
Just in her
who cares?
in her personal
well, Libby's irrelevant.
her personal account. But let me ask you this: how did you get involved in this? Even like Mayor Sheng Thao, I go, scoured her Instagram. I've scoured her Twitter.
It's nothing but negative comments.
It's nothing but negative comments. So there's a lot of people commenting, but how do you actually get involved?
Like how do people get involved?
Yeah, or I mean, how did you get involved, and how would you recommend? So after that, though, so how did you get involved, and how would you maybe suggest somebody else get involved?
For the first part, I've been involved a while. I used to be the youth state director for SCIU 1021. So when I came to Oakland in 2012, remember the bus strike? I was the chief negotiator on that contract. City of Oakland strike and all these different. So I was a high-ranking, high-powered labor official. So that's how I came here. So I was already, and then I had a whole career of organizing, working for the union. And then I have a family legacy of organizing and social justice. So, and then even when I retired, I started Okada Festival and helped found Black Joy Parade and all these different,
And then you got the chess club as well as that?
The what?
The chess club that you're...
It's like more unofficial, but we do chess and we have community gardens. So that organizing moved into more just organic stuff for the community. And it was more lifestyle for a long time, just making sure we grow food and increase our resilience and our local connectivity and neighborship, if you will. And I didn't care about politics. I was completely apolitical.
Yeah, I didn't care either, but I mean, they're making it hard to ignore now.
Well, it was vaccine stuff, the pandemic, letting people destroy private property, the eviction moratoriums, which were insane, just all of these different